happy and we're singing and we're coloring. Give me a high five.
What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, here with my brother from another big game, James. And it's another episode of Best of. And start this one off a little bit differently than we usually do. Ask y'all, I want to know, and then comments. And I'm gonna ask this periodically: who would win in a fight between Mike McCarthy and Nick Sirianni? I think y'all know where our loyalties lie. But what's going on, brother? What's going on, James? How you been? How you been, brother? You know I had to get that.
I'm good. Yeah, you already threw the poll out there earlier today, and they already told you what it was. You can talk about all the speed all you want to. You can talk about all that, whatever. You know, like I know, Nick Sirianni would get beat up, beat down, and I ain't gonna even say Mike McCarthy can fight. I ain't even jumping out there like he a fighter, but he's a big dude, and you know what big dudes do? They grab you, they swallow you, they bear hug you, they get you on the ground, they ground and pound. Nick Sirianni, once he got grabbed, because he going to be swinging and running. And then once Mike McCarthy finally catch him, because he'll eat a couple of them blows, because you know Nick Sirianni can't punch. He can't punch. He ain't got no weight behind none of his punches. They soft as poo. So when he hit Mike McCarthy, he just going to eat them punches, get him on the ground, and pound him. And he going to be screaming for his boys like he would always do, because he'd be screaming for backup, calling our cars. I need backup. That's what Nick Sirianni's going to do, because he ain't whooping nobody, dog. You know it and I know it. You just trying to jump out there. He's the fake gut tough guy. Put it out there on Twitter. I ain't hating on you, Nick Sirianni, but you a fake tough guy, dog. When he pulled off his belt like he was all tough. You see how he pulled out? Hey, y'all can say what y'all want. Look at the comments. Hey, look at
life. He's
go
about
ahead.
that
I
life.
know you Eagles fans.
He has the speed on him.
I know you Eagles fans gonna do all that, but watch how he threw off his belt. Just threw it off like, oh, you all.
Because he's about that life. He's about that life.
About no life.
About that life.
He ain't about no life.
All jokes aside, Nick Sirianni will work
because he probably
Mike McCarthy wouldn't get one hit.
He got family. Nick Sirianni. Mike
McCarthy wouldn't get one. Nick, where's Mike McCarthy from? Nick Sirianni's from like Jersey or something.
Okay, and Nick Sirianni's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
All right. I mean, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
I like how you ain't saying that.
I talk about my backside. I go talk about how rough Pittsburgh was when he was growing up.
Pittsburgh,
I don't know. The man was in a barn for like a year and a half in the past year and a half. I don't know.
Cut it out.
I think if it was a battle, I don't know why I'm going down this path, but we're going to talk football. I promise.
Yeah, I don't know. You lost this one. He's not beating him.
No,
man. He's not beating him.
Mike McCarthy would not beat up Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni has the speed.
He would.
He has the tenacity.
Speed ain't going to help you. Tenacity
Mike McCarthy
ain't
got
going to
half the heart that Nick Sirianni does. Nick Sirianni has way more heart than Mike McCarthy.
No,
Nick Sirianni got nothing but heart.
Nick
Sirianni got nothing but heart, bro.
He
got nothing but heart.
Watch out. Remember when he was when he bottled up? I'm gonna just tell you. Watch when he did that interview and he bottled up that Dallas shirt and threw it. Just look how he bottled up and threw it. Just look weak, bro. He weak, bro. You know it, and I know it. You only saying that because he a Philadelphia head coach. You just saying that because you know deep down inside he cakes.
No. At the end of the day, last year, I was saying he was either going to be the most beloved or the most memed head coach in like Eagles history.
Okay.
I did say that last year.
We talking about it.
Now he's loved.
Losing in the fight. No, of course he's loved because he's winning.
Yeah,
you always love
and he would win in a fight. He would win it. He would take that dub too. He would take that dub too.
No, he wouldn't.
We're gonna get back to this.
We're gonna get back to this.
Shout out to everybody
on Twitter.
Yeah, I want to know what everybody thinks. I want to know. That's the comment question of the day. That's the comment question of the day. I want to know who would win in a fight, Nick Sirianni or Mike McCarthy. But
I'm already hearing more Mike McCarthy in here. Period.
That's because your guys are taking over at first, but my guys are going to come in soon, and then they're going to even.
They don't believe it. They don't believe it either, dog. They don't believe it either.
So let me talk to you, man. Let me ask you a question because we have, I've taken a lot of shots at your Cowboys. I've taken a lot of, Cowboys. It is what it is. We're supposed to do sometimes.
I hate it.
It's what sometimes. But you guys look good, man. This past week is I can say with my hater goggles off that I feel like the Dallas Cowboys have put I feel like I was about to say something nice. Think all season you have put your full team out there. Like I think that your offense showed up, your defense showed up. So let me ask you this question. I think that was nice. What is the credit for the turnaround? Is this a turnaround? Did you see it? Or, coming is expected? Because this is a big win. 40-3 is not like just a regular win over, a bad team. You guys went out there and demolished the Vikings. So what is the feel in Cal? Are you guys thinking there's a Super Bowl team again? What's the feel? What's the vibe?
We were never not. I don't know if anybody was ever thinking Super Bowl team. I'm telling you from my perspective. I don't speak for everybody out there in Cowboys Nation because they be saying some other things. So I'm not going to jump out there and ever say I was talking Super Bowl. So I wasn't talking Super Bowl. But if we're talking about what I called at the beginning of the year 12-5, right? And I did say we would beat the Vikings when we went over our records, right? When we said our season records for both our teams, I said they'd beat the Vikings. Even when I said I felt weird about the game after Green Bay because I didn't know how the Cowboys were going to react to it. I didn't know how they were going to mentally react to it. I still said they were going to win the game close, 24-21 field goal, because I felt like I don't know if they would let those Packers hangover bother them in that game. Never was I afraid of Minnesota. I'm going to tell you right now, never, ever, ever was I afraid of no Minnesota Vikings, no matter what their record said, because they have Kirk Cousins. People try to disrespect Dak Prescott and try to compare Kirk Cousins to him. Whatever. Y'all can do that if you want to. You know damn well that ain't close. All right? So as long as y'all got Kirk Cousins, I ain't fearing y'all. And guess what? What happens? Kirk Cousins show what he was. He shows what he is. He ain't no big time game player, dog. Every time it's time for him to really make them big game plays, he don't do it. And when you get heat on him and when you get pressure on him, he crumbles and that offense crumbles right after him. And that defense wasn't great. It just, you know what? There was some teams that really kind of challenged them. I mean, y'all beat them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all handled them, but we handled them.
Yeah, we handled them.
But we handled them.
Yeah, I mean,
y'all ain't handled them. Y'all ain't
Dude.
handle them like we handle.
We
No,
handled
you
them
ain't
too.
handle them like we did. No, you did.
Y'all
You
scored
ain't
a couple
handle them
more.
like we did.
Y'all scored a couple more
Oh,
garbage points. Garbage
There
time
wasn't garbage
points.
points. There
Garbage
wasn't no
time
garbage charge
points.
points. Watch the game. There wasn't garbage charge points. It was mashed
I
down.
just wanted to
It was MOP, mash out
Yeah,
posse.
nah,
That's what happened in
y'all
that
beat 'em
game.
up.
I mean, we beat them up in all facets, just like you said. And like you said, you're talking about a turnaround. I don't know if it's a turnaround. You lost in the Green Bay game. That was just a situation. I don't know what that situation was. I just feel like that was a situation where, you know what, y'all just was playing goofy. It was just a goofy game that should have never happened. And even if you look at that game, wasn't like Green Bay was stomping us. We was winning that game. You feel what I'm saying? So we gave that game away, and we came back in this game. So it isn't like we lost our first game, went on a 5-game win streak with a backup. Yes, y'all beat us, but then we came back and won 3. We just lost against Green Bay, so we back. So it's not like we just been losing all kind of games, dog. We 7-3. We feeling good. We playing against the Giants. They got some injuries. I definitely feel like we beating them on Thanksgiving. So I like the direction we headed. I remember I said we were going to go on a long winning streak after the bye because I had us 4-4. So I'm confident what we're doing. The 3 games are going to be important to me, Joe, if we're talking about it right quick. At the end of the season is going to be the Jacksonville game. 4 games. Jacksonville, because we play y'all right after Jacksonville. Reason why I say Jacksonville, because I don't want us looking past Jacksonville to look for y'all anticipated matchup on that Christmas Eve game. That's why I'm throwing Jacksonville in there. We play y'all, right? Then after we play y'all, then we play them Titans. Then after we play them Titans, we play the Commanders. So that's 3-game stretch, in my opinion, that's really going to dictate or show me where these Cowboys' minds are. Because if you go into the playoffs hot, because I do feel like we're going to the playoffs, if you can win those 3 games in a good fashion, you feel good heading into the playoffs. So those 3 games are real critical to me because those are good matchups. The rematch against you guys, then we got a tough game against the Titans because they got a running game. They got a strong defense. That'll be a good test for us. And then Commanders because they could still be around fighting for a spot. You never know.
Yeah, the Commanders are a sneaky good team. I think if one thing
you
that
should
we
know.
learned,
you should know they're a sneaky good team.
I didn't even think of what I was saying when I said it on that point. I didn't even lie. But it is what it is. Yeah, we took that out. We took that out. I don't even think I got to eat crow.
Did I call that game? Did I say they was gonna beat you?
It was tough, man. It was tough. I they were
gonna beat
had to happen. You did. You said it.
Did I?
Okay.
Did I say?
I didn't think it was gonna happen. It took a lot though. It took a lot. I'm not gonna sit here and make excuses. We went out there and played horribly, but it took a lot. It took a lot for us to lose. But even so, I mean, we can talk about this most previous game, and I was gonna eat crow about that as well. And somebody paid $5 just to give me a good, moving point. So I appreciate appreciate that. It's a $5 super chat on your side if you want to read that, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out that $5 holler. Appreciate you, Rebel 95, because you be throwing out them hollers. I really appreciate you, Joe. How many points your team put up against them Vikings? Just throwing out there. You can remind me because I don't remember. And we got some code ready for y'all when y'all come to Dallas for it being a very bad after the game. You feel me? So Christmas, Santa Claus, all that good stuff. They say want to give you some code, but just to kind of bounce off that, how many points did y'all score? Because I don't even remember when y'all played them.
I want to say it was 23.
Yeah,
but we also beat. I could be a little bit off about that, but I'm pretty sure it was in like the low 20s. But I mean, we also beat them on our way to a Super Bowl. So you know what I'm saying? Let's not get too ahead of our bridges. That's what we on our way to a Super Bowl. But at the end of the day, I will
just
say,
like when you were screaming all that undefeated stuff. I'm gonna love it, dog. When y'all
I didn't scream defeated. I said there was a possibility.
You were screaming undefeated. I ain't saying undefeated season. I said you were screaming the undefeated, jumping up and down.
Oh, okay.
You was jumping up and down about the undefeated. You was. I'm
still happy about 9-1, which to my point, I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles have won in many different ways. I feel like that's a mark of a very good team. I don't think that people looking at each game and saying, oh, you had to win this type of way this time, you had to win this type of way that time. I think that should scary. I don't think that should be like a talking point of, oh, your team's trash. If anything, if I'm a Dallas fan looking at the Eagles, looking at the Giants, who've been able to put some, even though obviously they're coming off a tough loss, but you look at teams that are able to pull off wins in different ways. That's a scary thing. That's a scary thing, in my opinion. Like I said, that the Dallas Cowboys finally put everything out on the field. How often is that going to happen? You know what I'm saying? If you can stop one or the other, you have a shot.
How often have y'all been putting together on the field? It's not like y'all been putting out there and blowing teams out. It's not like y'all been doing that either, bro.
I mean, not necessarily like routinely, but the games that we're supposed. I mean, the Colts game. I guess
they gave that.
I don't know. They say that again.
I'm not gonna say they gave it to you because y'all had to take it all.
They definitely didn't give that to us.
So I'm gonna give y'all the credit for what
they tried to take that
in that drive. But I look at the suspect moves by the Colts, man. I feel like they kind of let that one go on that one. But hey, kudos to y'all because y'all came back when it looked like y'all were gonna lose it. So I gotta give you respect, and it was on the road. It was on the road,
and there's
right?
been plenty of times through Dak's career that we've heard, these comebacks and his comeback numbers, and that comes from you not being up. So the Philadelphia Eagles now have some comeback numbers. Look, at the end of the day, I don't think that the Philadelphia Eagles are some ungodly world beating team. Like I think that there are deficiencies in this team's game. Like I've said it before, I think that there's things that they need to get better at, but I do also think that the Eagles have basically made a concerted effort to get better at all those spots. The Eagles were very, very weak when it came to the run defense. Even when Jordan Davis was out here, it was when he wasn't on the field, we were still suspect. So being able to go get somebody like Linval Joseph and Ndamukong Suh, who we saw a big difference in our run defense. That's, you know what I'm saying? So I don't look at the game in totality and be like, oh, everything was perfect. But seeing our defense, seeing our run defense, being able to hold one of the best. I know this year has been kind of, up and down with him for injury and stuff, but one of the best running backs in the league. I'm cool with that. That's that's what you want to see from week to week. So, I mean, I think that the Eagles are learning. We're one of the only teams that lost or won after our loss. Like losing against the Commanders, honestly, I think pushed this team to go out there and get Sue and get Linval Joseph, and that's what we needed. So I mean,
okay.
I like
I like got a little scary and had to got a little panicky and said, let's go fill up this, let's short this up quick.
You wish your guy was as panicky as Howie Roseman.
Panicky.
You wish your guy had some panicky in him.
But that was panicky.
You guys are panicky for OBJ. I mean, where's OBJ right now? Is he still a hot topic?
We ain't panicky yet because they ain't signed with us.
I heard Dak at his doorstep right now with some Uber Eats talking about let's be friends. I don't know.
Wouldn't Jalen Hurts do the same thing if he had the opportunity? I'm sure he was doing that with AJ Brown when they were talking about him in the streets.
Yeah, he did.
I'm sure he was in text messaging him. I feel like everybody was all on AJ Brown train, so don't jump out there and like y'all wasn't screaming for him and jumping up for doing cartwheels when y'all got some AJ Brown. Y'all act like the president got new inducted president just got elected when y'all got AJ Brown.
Hey, we got AJ Brown. Yeah,
Yeah, you
OBJ
right.
ain't gonna do nothing for you either. That's probably the
How you
most
figure that?
beautiful thing.
How you
OBJ is
figure
not
that?
going to do anything for you. Yeah,
How you figure?
I mean
Why do you figure
realistically,
that? Why do you say that?
because I don't think that that's what you're missing. I realistically don't think that you guys are missing much. I don't think that there's like a huge deficiency at wide receiver for you guys right now.
But
I
see,
think
what
that
it
maybe you're.
is it might not be a huge deficiency, but just like if you had AJ Brown go down, that's a serious dent in your receiving core. No matter how much you like Devontae Smith, you've been riding the AJ Brown train. So let's say if AJ
Right.
Brown has a season injury and the injury the rest of the year, you're gonna feel like, oh damn, we might have to go out there and get somebody. Yes, you will. Even if with
Facts,
you
true
got
facts.
Devontae Smith, and if there's a receiver that's a really good receiver out there, you're gonna jump out there and go to try to get him. So it's not. I mean, that's the nature of the game, to always make your team better. So even if you feel like we're good where we're at, you can always add to make your team better, and that's what OBJ will do. He will make your team better, no matter who you have. And I heard somebody tell me like, "Oh, he's been hurt, so why would you talk about injuries when you're getting an injured receiver?" But I just feel in my heart, OBJ is different as far as the athlete, and I just feel like he's a different type of athlete, and I feel like those injuries won't be a reoccurring thing with him because he wasn't an injury-prone player his whole career. So, yeah, you definitely got to go out there and you can add to it, because if you have a receiving core, if you have an OBJ, a CD Lamb, a Michael Gallup, you still have your tight ends. Yeah, that puts fear in defenses, and that helps your offense even better, and it helps your defense. So why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. The thought of it all makes sense. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think that OBJ puts you over the top. I don't think adding a OBJ puts you over the top. But it is what it is. You have another super chat from Rev. It's a question from me, but if you want to read it.
Okay, Rebel with another two. I think that was a $2 holiday. Says Joe, you think the Eagles are starting to show fatigue? That's a good question. I'd like to hear that.
It is a good question, and I think that they are. I think that at the end of the day, and I think you saw it mainly on that defensive line, and that's why I bring up that it's such a good thing that we were able to go get that defensive line. The two defensive linemen that we did, not because I think that they're going to save this defense, and because we didn't need saving. What we needed was a deeper rotation, and now I feel like we got that, especially on the defensive line. So you look at Jordan Davis coming back when he gets back from his injury, the line gets even deeper. You have realistically 5, 6, maybe 7 guys that you could be getting some meaningful snaps. So I think that yes. And on offense, I don't think that it's necessarily like fatigue. I think that teams are starting to kind of figure out what the Eagles want to do, especially with AJ Brown. And to your point, I know you said, if he went down, which, God forbid, knock on wood, all that. But if he went down, I do feel comfortable with this team right now. Like, we haven't really seen the production from him the past couple of weeks. Now, I do also know that just him being on the field is a factor. So, I mean, yes, it would suck to lose him, but I don't think that we're showing fatigue. I think that teams are starting to kind of see what we're trying to do, and we just kind of have to react to that and get our offense back on track. The second quarter was crazy for us, throughout the first half of the season. And now teams are kind of keying in on that and trying to stop us. So we're still finding ways to win. So I wouldn't call it fatigue, on the offense, but defensively, I think that you saw that starting to happen. And I think that they kind of were proactive about it. So that's what you want to see your team do. I know Cowboys fans aren't used to their front office going out there and being proactive about things they need. But
I mean,
out
that's
here,
what you got.
that's what we do.
I mean, that's what you can brag on right now. But here's the funny thing: how you talking about being proactive with your front office, and your front office getting this player, and your front office getting that player. You talk all that stuff, right, about all your front office getting them players, and I don't hate on that aggressiveness. Okay, let me jump on there and say this: even with our team not being aggressive in the front office, and they're relying on the draft and the young players, we're still banging with you, dog. We still the creme of the creme. We still one of the top teams in the NFC without free agents. So you got to give Dallas credit, because they're not even getting no free agents, none, and they're getting the bottom of the barrel, and they're winning with their young talent and the players that they have. So regardless of how people can talk about it, y'all got like an all-star team. Y'all got more players. When you got a little more, you got nervous and you was getting ran on, so you jumped out there, and yeah, you made them moves, but you still got a little nervous, just like when them Rams, when they got some players, they go out there, they get nervous, and they go out there and get players. I get it. I understand it too. But at the same time, Dallas is winning with the young players. They right behind y'all, dog. It's not like y'all blowing up the league. And as I said before, y'all can go ahead and win the division. That's fine. I'll go ahead and take the wild card, and I'd rather just go on the road and play all you damn teams. I'd rather come into Philly. You don't need to come into
You
Dallas.
do not want to come to Philly. You do not
Why
want to
not?
come to.
Why
Don't
not?
sit here and lie
Yeah,
like that,
lovely.
James.
Why?
You do not want to come to
what?
Philly.
For what?
No,
what
no
does Philly
team
have
wants
that's
to.
gonna be scared? Why?
I'll say this right now: if
You don't have no
Philadelphia
aura.
gets that
You
one
don't have
seed,
no aura in no Philly, bro. No,
bro,
you don't.
have you got it? Yeah, I'm gonna show you some. I'm gonna send you some
I don't care
some
what.
links
I've been.
of
You
just
can
Philly
show me the
fans in
links all
general.
you. I know about your fans. The fans ain't gonna have nothing to do with that damn game. It's gonna be the players.
No, the Eagles
Yeah.
would tear you guys apart, and we're gonna tear you guys apart.
Man,
We tore you
please.
guys apart at home last time. Our
You
fans
tore
are
us
going to
apart.
take
You
over
tore
that
us
state.
apart.
We
26
tore
to
y'all apart, and we're gonna
17.
tear
You
y'all
tore us
apart again.
apart. Tore us
If it even
apart.
matters,
26
I
to
will say this
17.
though:
Beat
your
y'all
team,
in most of the statistical categories, we beat you in, and you tore us apart.
bro. Come on, we talking about stats. We talking about numbers. I'm talking about dubs. I'm
We
talking
talking
about
about the
W's.
game.
I'm saying, yeah, we talking about W's. That's what you play the game for.
You
That's
got
what you
20
play the
quick
game
ones,
for.
and then after that, y'all got shut down.
Because we needed to just slow the game down. That's all. You know what I'm saying? We just wanted to slow the game down.
With our
Well,
drive.
you know, we
Don't do
were
that.
running up
You
and
put
down the
on that
field on
tape
y'all.
in the
And
the first
you
half,
guys literally
and it
gave up
stopped in
almost
the
30
second.
points to the Bears. I'm not.
Oh,
My thing is, and like
we
I said,
dropped
I will say
49
this.
on them, and we dropped 49.
Y'all did. Y'all did.
We
That's cool. But
averaging damn
y'all
near
can't do that against us.
35
Y'all not
a game
dropping
with that.
49
Oh,
against
what?
us.
You crazy.
Y'all not
They
dropping
be
30
killing
on
y'all.
us. Y'all not
Yeah,
dropping 30
what?
on us.
What did we
Y'all not
drop on you
dropping
last
30
time with that?
Yeah,
What
y'all not dropping 30. Yeah, y'all not playing the same team that we had last time. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Dak owns y'all.
You're telling me that he needs OBJ, and you're telling me I'm supposed to be afraid of Dak as you guys want OBJ so bad.
Yeah, you want him because you want to add a player, but we don't need him. He beat you with CD Lamb last year.
That's last year. This team is totally different.
Beat
You said
you
it
up.
yourself.
How
We
many
got an
points
all-star
we score?
team.
How many points
You
we
said it
score with
yourself. We
Dak?
got an all-star team.
I'm asking you. You said we can't barely score. How many points did we score on you last year with Dak? Tell me.
But that's not what we're talking about.
Answer
Y'all played
it.
our backups in the second game, first of all.
I ain't talking
And
about
so
the
we
second
talking
game.
about the
I'm
first
talking
game.
about the game that counted.
I don't know.
How
I'm sure
many you scored?
everybody in the comments will bring it up. I'm sure everybody in the
Now,
comments will
not to
bring up how
bring
much
it up,
y'all
I'll
scored.
tell you. 40.
It don't matter though. What did that do for
It
you?
don't
What
matter.
did you do at the end of the season that we
Whoop your
didn't?
ass. That's what it did. Whoop your ass.
What did you do at the end of the season that we didn't?
I mean, I'm saying we just talk about head.
I'm just saying that got you
I'm
nowhere.
just
So
saying.
now we here. Now we here with a
now
totally
Dak's
different
gonna be
team.
there. Ain't gonna beat you again. He's gonna be 8-3.
Dak ain't doing nothing. Dak ain't doing nothing.
Yes,
Dak
he owns
Dak
y'all.
might not even want to play against Philly.
7-3,
If we being 100% honest.
7-3. He owns y'all, and he's
Dak,
gonna do it again.
Dak might not.
Gonna
Dak
kill
might
y'all.
not even want to come play us. Dak might. Right?
You want me to pull up his
Y'all
stats
not
against
coming
y'all?
to Philly.
You want me to pull up his
If
stats
it's
against y'all?
a
Want me to pull
playoff
up his stats
situation.
against y'all? What?
If it's a playoff situation, you talking about the past. I'm talking about right now.
Jaylen,
When have we had a defense like this?
Oh, is that what you're gonna scream right now? When have we had a defense like
you're telling me we don't have a great defense?
Every year.
You're telling me we don't have a great defense this year?
No great defense. Y'all just got ran through by the Commanders on the ground.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. That was one game. That was one game. So we judging ourselves off one game. We're judging ourselves off one game. So I can go back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game.
Answer my question. If you had a great defense, why you go out and get them players?
Because that's what we needed. That's what we had deficiencies and we filled those holes.
You wouldn't have to do that.
No, because we had an injury. We had an injury. Things happen. What injuries are you guys dealing with at the wide receiver position right now?
Oh, but who did we go out and get? We ain't got nobody.
Just saying,
yet.
y'all trying to go get him so bad. Y'all trying to go get him so bad. That's because he don't want to go to y'all team. Yeah, I would laugh so bad. I would laugh so loud if he ends up in Philly. What if he ended up in Philly or New York? Back in New York.
No damn Philly. He can go back to New York. That's fine. We ain't tripping. If he went back to New York, I would cry because we've been beating the brakes off of New York too. Right?
Like beating the brakes. So, all right, let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got 90 people in the chat.
And he's losing as usual.
Yeah, I am not losing. I ain't losing. We 9-1. I can't lose right now. I can't lose.
The brakes off, y'all. second matchup, we're gonna beat your brakes off. You want those?
That's not gonna happen. We're gonna win by like 20, 25.
You lying and
We're gonna
you
win by like
telling
20,
yourself
25.
fake lies.
20,
You ain't
25.
coming to Dallas winning by no 20 points with Dak and our D offense and D. You
It's gonna be
crazy?
ugly.
You don't.
It's gonna be ugly.
Tony Pollard gonna turn all the
We
way
only
up on
getting
y'all.
better. We're
Why?
only getting better. We should
And
be
so
healthy
are
by then.
we. And
We
so
should be
are
healthy
we.
by then.
And so
Nah, I'm
are
not worried
we.
about y'all team. At
We
full
ain't
health,
worried
I'm not
about
worried
you.
about y'all.
We ain't
I
worried
don't
about
think that
you.
y'all that good. I mean,
we don't think you that good. I said y'all weren't a great undefeated team, and I said Washington was gonna beat y'all, and they did.
that's one game. That's one game.
Don't
That was a
matter.
lot. That was a lot of emotion.
I told you they was
That
gonna
was a
beat
lot
you.
of emotion.
Wasn't
There was a
no
lot
emotion.
going on behind
Wasn't
that
no
game. I
emotion.
mean,
I wasn't no
we
emotion. I
played the
told you.
ugliest game of our season and barely
Oh,
lost.
please. They ran all on y'all 49 times. They ran all on y'all. Yeah.
That's because that's all they
What?
could do. That's because that's
I
all they could
scared.
do. Our
What?
cornerbacks are
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Other teams been
I mean,
running
at
on
the end
y'all
of the
too.
day,
Y'all said y'all got scared. And y'all said, let's go
we
get
don't
it,
get
Dominic
scared.
Sue and Linville
We
Joseph.
don't
We
get scared. We
scared.
get wins. We
We
don't
got
get scared. We
scared.
get wins over here. We don't
We
get
got
scared. We get
scared.
wins over
Okay.
here.
When y'all get that loss, let me hear your excuse.
We don't need it. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
losses happen. You guys got 3 of them. If we're judging our team off of one loss,
sure
if we're
do.
judging my team off of one
I ain't
loss, we
judging
could bring
y'all
up all
one.
3 of yours.
Oh, I ain't judging you. I'm just saying we're gonna whoop your tails when we play you
I don't
on
see
Christmas Eve. We're gonna whoop
I don't
your
see it.
tails. Like I
I don't
said,
see it.
we
I
can throw
don't
a
see
friendly
it.
wager out there.
We can't.
You
Well,
don't wanna-
week of. I don't like. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We're gonna wait till
I
week
feel
of,
you.
but we're gonna do
Okay.
it.
I feel
We're
you.
gonna do it.
I feel
So
you.
let me ask you this
Yep.
question, because obviously the Eagles, the Cowboys, even the Giants, you know what I'm saying? Even the Giants are out there playing some football. I know they're coming off of a tough loss, but they are right there in the records, right? Or at least for the division. And maybe Washington makes a little sneaky run at the end. But do you think right now that the Cowboys are going to win the division, or do you think the Eagles will win the division? Do you think who do you got winning the division, and how do you realistically seeing this all break down towards the end of the second half of this season?
I mean, Dallas can still win this division, but I don't know. I really don't know. I personally don't care about winning the division. I don't care about division titles. All I care about these playoffs and winning these playoffs. It's going to be tough because I really feel like we're going to beat you guys the second time. I don't feel like neither one of Washington nor the Giants are going to beat us. I feel like we're going to only lose one game in the division. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be coming down to, the NFC games. And I think that's where you may get us. And that's where you may take the division because of they go with the overall NFC games. And we've already lost the Packers and we've already lost against the Buccaneers, whereas you guys have only lost so far to the Washington Commanders. So if it came down to that, that's where you may get it. So I could say you guys could get the nod on winning the division. I'm still leery. I know the Giants are 7-3. I don't know. I wonder if they're going to have a collapse second half collapse. You know what I mean? I'm kind of, because I definitely feel like we're going to beat them. I definitely going to beat them on Thanksgiving, and I wonder if they're going to go on a tailspin. You know what I'm saying? Because they were playing. Them teams play really good in early, and they playing with the emotion, and then they get a couple of losses, then it snowballs. We've seen the Giants do that. You know what I mean? So that's why I kind of wonder if they're going to fall off and still be in the contention. So I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. I don't know if the Giants are going to make the playoffs. I just feel like they're not. I feel like they're going to have a collapse. I haven't been really believing in them all year. I've been calling them frauds, but not frauds because they're playing hard. But I just don't believe in them as a team. And I feel like they're still going to fall off. And I feel like they're not going to make the playoffs in the end. So I feel like it's going to be Dallas and Philly. And I feel like maybe Philly gets the division because they have a better NFC games. But I definitely feel like we're going to split, just like I said at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that the Eagles need to just continuously get better. I think that we will win a lot of these games on the second half. I think that our focus right now is getting that number 1 seed, because I do believe if we get to the playoffs and we're the number 1 seed and we have that home field advantage throughout the playoffs, I don't think many teams are going to beat us, if I'm being 100%. If any, I think that we would go on a run at home. Coming to Philly is totally different. So I mean, it is what it is. I think that the Eagles are going to stay on the path that they are. I see maybe 1 or 2 maybe losses. I'm thinking like the Titans, and maybe another game down the line. Dallas ain't beating us. Dallas ain't beating us.
We are.
Dallas ain't beating. We sweeping Dallas.
Titans and
we sweeping
Dallas.
Dallas.
You are not sweeping us.
We sweeping Dallas.
We sweeping
Dallas. And the funniest thing to me, I love this is that when I say like, the Eagles are different at home, it's different to come to our crib if we get the number 1 seed. All they say is you crazy. I would love to know how I'm crazy. Because at the end of the day, that's what we've seen, right? When the Eagles are number 1 seed, they make it to the Super Bowl.
We ain't going. I'm not going on that past history or nothing like that. I'll go with the present. We're gonna talk about. I'm not gonna go anything.
But
past.
You wanted to talk about my losses last year. So I can't talk about my Super Bowl run.
Okay, yeah, you can. You can talk about your Super Bowl run. I'll give you that one. Go ahead and talk about that Super Bowl run.
I mean, if we're looking at history, if we number 1 in the league,
right. But you ain't want to hear that history when I was talking about Dak beating your brains out.
I mean, because you're right. But we just keep in the favor. You're right.
Right. It's gonna be a different story, So that's what I'm gonna say about you with them playoffs.
It's gonna be a different story.
I don't care what you're talking about if you at home and number 1 seed. Y'all got a lot of pressure. Hopefully, y'all better hope y'all don't lose. Y'all better hope y'all lose probably another 2 games or something like that. Because if y'all go up in there on 1 loss at home, all that pressure on y'all. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a whole lot of pressure.
We love pressure. We love the pressure. That's what we thrive off of. That's why we won our last Super Bowl. All the pressure, all the doubt. That's how we win our Super Bowls. But King Element sent a $5 super chat. Just lying.
No doubt. He said, I'd rather lose Aaron Rodgers on the road than Taylor Heineke at home. That I don't believe that either. I'm sorry.
They both trash.
You know
they both trash.
They both trash. But have y'all played Green Bay yet?
We haven't. So we better not lose.
Oh, don't lose. Yeah. Make sure we record this, and rewind this when Joe said they both trash.
But no, I love that. I love that the Vikings aren't trash anymore.
Green Bay would play really good. See, Aaron Rodgers gets up for certain teams, and I know Dallas, and I know he gets up for I know he gets up for Dallas, and I know he gets up for.
He does. He
gets up for the NFC. He gets up for NFC East teams. I really feel that Aaron Rodgers gets up for NFC East teams. He loves to beat NFC East teams. I don't know what it is, but he seems to want to always play good. So I think he's going to try to play like a crazy game against you guys. So don't count him out against you guys in that game as well.
No, we ain't losing. We're not losing. So I ain't worried about that. We're not losing to Green Bay.
Green Bay could beat
if
y'all
could beat them, we're going to blow them out.
Titans could be super physical with y'all, running game. You feel me? So, yeah, Dallas going to beat y'all. Y'all got some more L's. You know what I'm saying?
Titans are probably the only team that really actually scares because of that running game. Just because of Derrick Henry. We
got 2.
Just because I said that we gotten better on the run defense. It's still we got to see it inconsistent.
You seen what Tony Pollard's been doing though, right?
I ain't worried about Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard don't worry me. He's not strong. He's not the dude that's gonna punch you in the mouth. That's what I'm saying. And Zeke is hobbled.
5 carries, 5 yards. By the time he plays y'all, he's not be hobbled. He averaged 5 yards a carry.
I'll be surprised. The only reason Zeke is honestly starting, in my opinion, is because he's making more money. I mean, realistically, Tony Pollard been way better.
We got a little young dude over there named Malik Davis. He got some juice from Florida. He nice. You know about
he's
him.
A running back.
Yeah, he nice.
Right. Okay.
He nice. He nice.
So what's going to happen with Zeke? What's his contract look like? How many years he got left?
Man, you know what? I mean, really, they could go ahead and get rid of him next year and and save the money. But I feel like they probably going to do a contract like they did with DeMarcus Lawrence, where they kind of just cashed him out. He gave some money back to stay with the squad. He got a 3-year deal, and I feel like they love him that much. I feel like they just ain't trying to let him go like that. And I feel like they're going to work something out where they do something like that with him. So, I mean, you feel me? But I feel like they're going to do something like that with Ezekiel Elliott. But, Tony Pollard, everybody like, sign him. But he might outprice himself from Dallas because he's going to want some money now. The team's going to probably throw a little bit of bread out.
Oh, I think you froze up. Damn, James froze up. He was talking them lies. That's what it's like trying to act like the Dallas Cowboys is good. That's what happens. You freeze up, man. I think he back. He back. I was talking all that junk. Is he frozen again? I was talking bad junk. I think he's still frozen. That's all I'm trying to say. I mean, at the end of the day, y'all Dallas Cowboys know, y'all fans know I ain't lying. Zeke is probably not going to be with y'all team next year. Then Dak ain't going to be with your team the year after that. Y'all are going all out. Y'all are going all out just because this is probably going to be the last year for your head coach if you guys don't win a game in the playoffs. There's a lot of changes that are coming for Dallas, but y'all don't want to see it. Y'all want to say I'm crazy. So, hey, this is what Cowboys do. This is a good representation of what Cowboys and Cowboys fans do when it comes to November. They freeze up. You know what I'm saying? The teams freeze up. Oh, we got them back, though. Can you hear me? Oh, I think he's still frozen. That's what I'm saying. Man. I'm Cowboys fan. I'm telling you, this is not the good day. In November is no win November for Cowboys. We've seen this time and time again every year. Every year we see this. Every year we see this, man. Philly D said, would you rather? I don't know if that, I don't get that one. What's going on, Jeremy? What's going on, everybody in the chat? Let me say, y'all got any questions while he's trying to figure out his internet? If y'all got any questions, y'all want some Philadelphia Eagle fan insight, let me know. Ask any questions y'all want. Like how much we gonna beat y'all back by, you know what I'm saying? All stuff like that. He frozen, man. That's what it's all about, Cowboys. That's what Cowboys do, man. In November, y'all don't win. Y'all don't, internet cuts out. That's how things work. Jalen trash. TJ, stop it. TJ, you gotta say smart things in here, man. You said Rev Rebel says, is Eagles versus Cowboy the NFC champ? It very well could be. I really do think that there's going to be like maybe 3 teams from the NFC East that actually make the playoffs this year. So it could be. It very well could be. It's going to be a very, very interesting year. Let's see if we got. I heard the sound, but I don't see him. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Though we got over 100 people in the chat. Be sure to hit that like if you're on James' side. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the families. If you're on my side, obviously do the same, and then go over to James and do the same, man. This is a family. That's my brother. So, Joe, I got the clip. All right, I'm gonna have to see what clip. Jeff says, "Why are Cowboys fans so delusional?" I have no idea. You say a real question. Let's see if it's a real question. Is what happened to your people only Cowboys people in here and one Philly fan? What happened? What? That wasn't a real question. I tried with you. They can't meet NFC unless there is an upset and wild card. I mean, that can always happen. You never know. Look, this is what happens when you're a Cowboys fan. Sometimes internet cuts out on you. Sometimes your football team cuts out on you in November. That's just, it's something that you guys should be used to. We're going to give him a little bit more time, see if he can get up in here. Y'all barely beat Cooper Rush, but we beat him though, right? We beat him though, right? Let's look at the last. Oh, hold on. All right, yeah, his internet is messing up. He said I could get my jokes off though, so all right, I've been waiting for this. Okay, all right, this is big for me. Dallas Cowboys don't worry me at all. My biggest joke I got right now is that the Dallas Cowboys think they about to do something. That's the biggest joke. That's the biggest joke right there. Every Cowboys fan in this chat right now, y'all the biggest joke. So shout out to y'all. Clap it up for y'all. Because the Eagles are 9-1. But we're gonna get this back. Obviously, I'm at work. There's a lot of things going on. His internet's messing up a little bit, so we do apologize. But we're gonna get back on track with these best of enemies. Tuesday might be the day that we start doing it, just because it might work a little bit better for both of us. But shout out to everybody in the chat. We really do appreciate y'all. We hope y'all had some fun, because I know we did. But other than that, I am Joe. And that was James that had the terrible internet and the terrible football team choice in the Dallas Cowboys. And y'all have been watching Best of Enemies. Love y'all. Peace.
We're brothers. We're happy and we're